Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the joint meeting of the City Council of the City of Moreno Valley, City of Successor Agency for the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Moreno Valley Housing Authority, Moreno Valley Public Financing Authority, and the Board of Library Trustees. The City Council does receive a separate stipend for CSD meetings. I now call this meeting to order on September 15, 2020 at 6 p.m. Madam Clerk, we'll go ahead and start with the roll call.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Thornton,
Present.
Councilmember Marquez,
Here.
Councilmember Cabrera,
I'm here.
Mayor Pro Tem Baca,
Here.
Mayor Gutierrez.
Here. All right, thank you. We'll go ahead and start with staff introductions, please.
Pat Jaquez-Nares, City Clerk.
Stephen Quintanilla, Interim City Attorney.
Mike Lee, City Manager.
Marshall Ironman, Assistant City Manager, Chief Financial Officer.
Michael Wolf, Interim Assistant City Manager, Director of Public Works, City Engineer.
Manuel Mancha, Community Development Director.
Patty Solano, Parks and Community Services Director.
Abdul Ahmed, Fire Chief.
John Salisbury, Chief of Police.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Appreciate that introduction. All right, before we hear public comments this evening, I do ask and encourage everyone to keep their comments respectful towards each other. And again, I do embrace and support the First Amendment right to free speech, including everyone's right to speak at this meeting and share his or her views about issues concerning our city. But I do ask that, if you can try to keep them respectful. And then we do have several speakers tonight. So we'll go ahead and do 2 minutes each speaker. And we'll go ahead and this will be on items on the agenda and items that are not on the agenda. We'll take them all as one. And in order to preserve the meeting decorum, council and staff will not respond during public comment. And then any person wishing to address either myself or the city council on any matter can do so during this time. But you must follow the teleconference procedures and wait to be identified by myself. And we'll go ahead and do 2 minutes at a time. So we'll go ahead and call the first 3 speakers.
Okay, it will be Brandon Karn, Benjamin Schuler, and Bob Palomares.
Hello, can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Hi there. I wanted to re-update something that happened 2 weeks ago that I brought before the city council, and that was a corruption indictment that occurred in Tulare County. I guess my time starts. This corruption probe has local ties to Moreno Valley. The company Healthcare Conglomerate Associates, or HCCA, was co-founded by Moreno Valley businessman Ido Benzivi, and it was co-founded with him and his younger brother, Benny. He himself was not charged in this indictment, Ido Benzivi. His younger brother, Benny, who is the CEO of HCCA, was. Also indicted is an attorney named Bruce Green, who has done legal work with HCCA in Tulare County and Highland Fairview in Moreno Valley. And he is charged with about 11 felonies I just read, from embezzlement to money laundering, conflict of interest, and 5 other misdemeanors. And really, this attorney has done legal work for Highland Fairview, helping it acquire land, entitlements for the Skechers Distribution Center, a little bit of the World Logistics Center, and some other things that they've had in Riverside County. And really, it really makes us question, including some campaign finance committees that mayor and the city council at different times have benefited from, or through super PACs have had money spent on their behalf. And it makes us question if Ido Benzivi has been involved in a company where this amount of criminal activity was going on either under his nose or that he knew about, what has been happening in Riverside County and in Moreno Valley with the money donated here. And it's really shameful that the majority of this city council and this mayor have very openly and freely taken so much money from Highland Fairview over the last many years, and makes us question where it's going. You didn't accept money from Benny Benzivi, but we don't need right now the stigma of another corruption indictment or a cloud going on. And as this case develops in Tulare County and as it's prosecuted further and they surrender and they're arraigned, I'm going to continue to come back to the council meetings and update the public on this matter. So I encourage all of you to distance yourself from this company.
Thank you. Go ahead and call the next speakers, Madam Clerk.
Benjamin Schuler,
Yes, good evening, Mayor and
Good
the City Council. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to allow me to come before you again. As you know, I am the founder, the CEO of the Hole in Wall Drop-In Center in Moreno Valley. And due to the fact that we applied for city funding to help the homeless population in our city, and we were rejected, we were working on, our agency is currently working on getting all of our ducks in a row, get all our paperwork in order. And I just wanted to let you, the city, know that we are citizens, and it shows Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we've been doing outreach in the community, dealing with the homeless population. And some of the questions they've been asking me when they come to our center, one was, how could they get tested for COVID-19? And two was there any portable showers in the city for the homeless population? And so we're still on the front line. We're still willing to help in that matter, because that's why I'm here tonight, to let the city know that we're still on the front line, even though we didn't get bid by the city. We're still on the front line, putting in work, doing outreach at our same location, 24187 Postal. We're still a drop-in center, but I just wanted to check in with the city to let the city know that our agency is still working in spite of the fact that we didn't get the funding needed. We still wanting to be able to help our homeless population in this city. So as this city continues to grow, we can be able to at least address that matter that everybody see every day when you get off that 60 freeway, is there's homeless people sleeping up and down Sunnymead Boulevard all the time. And my question is, being that election time is coming up, what is the city looking to do going forward to help with that situation? That was just a question. Thank you guys for allowing me to share that.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker, please.
the next three speakers are Bob Palomares, Tom Gerald, and Luis Palomares. And you would need to do *6 to unmute yourself. Bob?
Hello, Mayor. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi.
All right. Well, good evening, Mayor. Anyway, I got to give a little shout out here to our public workers, also police and fire, for the great job that they do. But the reason I'm calling today is because on September the 1st, the last council meeting, David Marcus, on his closing comments, stated that he has never been in trouble in Riverside County. That's a lie. He also says that if I have proof, show it to the public. I will distribute it in District 3 very soon. And I'm not going to get into the specifics, but he was investigated for fraud. At that time, he had filed for bankruptcy because he accumulated debts that he couldn't pay, and then he was charged with tax evasion. But I'm not going to get into the specifics. When I distribute this stuff, people in his district will be able to see that that's the kind of person he is. You know, he's when he ran for mayor, he sold his seat. He escorted the developer, which his project was not even in District 3, it was in District 4. But he took him there, and then he made the statement that he never received any money from that developer. And again, he was proven to be a liar, because he did, I think, on 4 or 5 separate occasions. So this is the kind of man we have in there, and we don't need that. You know, Moreno Valley deserves better. So also, he's one of the persons that had accused in the past when they were having the corruption investigation, along with another former council member, a former or retired bank robber. They were the ones that were guilty. Your past deeds.
Tom Gerald?
I transmitting?
Yes. Hey,
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Tom Gerald, speaking on behalf of myself, Mayor Pro Tem, council members of staff, and the public listening on the internet, or I don't know if they still run MVTV, but thanks for the opportunity to speak. I'd like to, Mr. Palomares, talk about our police and fire and first responders. Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out, especially with this current tragedy in LA with the LA deputies there. It was incredibly dangerous jobs. And I've interfaced a lot with our local police over the last 25 years at my position. And I've seen some incredibly wonderful work there. And I just want to give them a thumbs up. Those are tough jobs. At the end of the day, they're not particularly highly paid. The best they get is a pension and some health care and, and a steady paycheck. But they're very, very high risk jobs. And I just commend our ladies and gentlemen that are serving and our firefighters and our first responders, our ambulance drivers. Those are tough, important jobs. Richard Stewart once said at the end of the day, after many years in local politics, he said, you found the most common denominator, the average citizen, was they just wanted to know when they hit 911, a policeman or a fireman or an ambulance driver would get to their need there. So that's always number one, public safety. So I echo that, and I thank them for their service. I want to give a shout out for our Public Works Department and our graffiti patrol. They Public Works cleaned up Indian Street, did a lot of weed abatement in the last couple of days, and did a really fine job. And then finally, I'd like to commend the citizens in Moreno Valley. Since all this protesting and racial strife has started, I feel like people are really reaching out and trying harder and just be nice to each other, and that's very commendable. And I just commend our citizens for being good neighbors and good citizens. So I thank you for the opportunity to share that, and wish you a good evening.
Next speaker is Luis Palomares. Luis, you need to do *6 to unmute yourself. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Luis Palomares here. Hello, Luis Palomares here.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm calling to talk about David Marcus again. He said, I don't see the Palomares out there because he can't even pronounce our name right. It's been 25 years I've been in the community doing a lot of stuff, but I don't need to be in photo ops. I do it behind the scenes for the school district and the city. And we've done a lot of things here in the city. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Excuse my language there. As far as, the Thomases, he's got all these conspiracy theories, all they are is conspiracy theories because he don't even have a clue. I'm the one that seeked out the Thomases when I heard them the first time speak on the council. So as far as Mrs. Baca, he's lying again. Those are his theories, his conspiracy theories. And as far as this other guy, that I was talking about all this ego Bencidi stuff, good luck. Go somewhere else and toss your conspiracy theories also, because we're not buying all that. If his brother did something, well, his brother will be accountable for that. What is that? Do you know what your brother's doing all the time, or your siblings are always doing? Anybody that's listening to this, I don't know what half the time what my family's doing. I don't live in their house. I don't know what they're up to. So that's a bunch of nonsense again, which is true or false. I don't care, but what does that have to do with our council here? They're doing a darn good job, and that's all I got to say. And the staff's doing a great job, and we're getting the city go up and running. This council and this staff is going full force. Like I said, David Marcus is the only darn monkey wrench in there. He hasn't done nothing but a bunch of nonsense in the city. Oh, he helped pick up the trash or what? That's what he should go back and doing. I'm not taking anything away from that, but I mean, that's what he does best. Well, that's what he should keep on doing then. Because, this is, we got to get rid of this guy. He's no good, fake, phony, fraud, and a liar. And that's all I got to say about that. We're just running a campaign against him because he needs to go. He needs to go. He's bad news for our city. Like I said, he's a liability.
Okay. Pat, are there any more speakers? Because I saw another list, I thought.
No, that's all.
Oh, okay. I thought there was another list. Okay. All right. Well, would any council members like to make their comment or reports at this time? No? Okay. We are now going to move to our joint consent calendar sections E through E on the agenda. These are considered to be routine and non-controversial items. All items listed under the consent calendar sections A, B, C, and D may be enacted by one motion, and it represents the Community Redevelopment Agency, the Community Services District, City Successor Agency, Housing Authority, the Board of Library Trustees, and the Public Financing Authority. At this time, are there any requests? If you can just put your hand if you want a request to pull or discussion. Okay, seeing no one, we'll go ahead and
I'll make a motion to approve.
to approve the consent calendar. Okay, motion made by Mayor Pro Tem Baca.
Second.
Okay, second by Councilmember Marquez. Okay, Madam Clerk, go ahead and roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Thornton,
Yes.
Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Cabrera,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Baca,
Yes.
Mayor Gutierrez.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, great, thank you. And actually tonight, pretty light meeting in the sense that we don't have any general business, and then no one actually pulled, and the consent calendar was pretty good there. So it brings us to our city council reports, and we'll go ahead and have a report from Mayor Pro Tem Baca for the WRCOG, and then followed by Councilmember Marquez for the Western Riverside County Regional Conservation Authority.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, I report on the meeting that took place September 15th, actually yesterday. WRCOG staff discussed efforts to explore the formation of a Western Riverside County Economic Development Corporation, a nonprofit organization to help establish sustained and complementary services in economic development within the region. And our city manager, I would like for you to pay, keep tabs on this and make sure that we're at the table when this takes place, and we're part of this. And that's
Thank you. Are you finished? Yeah? Or did she freeze? I think she's done.
yes.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
that was my report.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Councilor Marquez.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor.
Mhm.
Meeting of September 14th, the Moreno Valley fees was collected was 149,384, which includes 54 resident permits and 7 acres of commercial and industrial uses for the month of May, June, and July, which shows that we're still building homes out there. We're doing a lot of commercial building out there. So keep up the good work. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, we'll go straight to city manager's report.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. Just one item tonight. I just want to congratulate the mayor and city council is that we launched the We Got You Covered mask program. And over the past several weeks, we have given out close to 175,000 masks to our residents. And I actually started with Mayor Gutierrez when he reached out to the U.S. Conference of Mayors and was able to get them to donate some masks to the city. And with that, it kind of snowballed. He reached out to a lot of the businesses, also some of the trade organization, and we're able to save 175,000 masks for our residents. So we're able to give that out to the residents, and we still have a few more masks left. So if there's any residents that need to have some masks, they can stop by at the Implement Resource Center and pick up their free masks. That concludes my presentation tonight. Thank you.
Great, positive news. Thanks, Mike. Okay, city attorney's report.
Mr. Mayor, I'll spare everybody and let everybody know I have nothing to report tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, you have a really nice background there. That's nice. Okay. All right. So that brings us to our reports and comments from council members. So we'll start with Council Member Dr. Thornton.
Mayor, I have no comments tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Council Member Marquez.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Wolf and his staff for lately. A lot of furniture's been dumped on the roadways, and we've really been on top of it. I don't know if Mayor, if we have to inform the residents again about the trash pickup on the bulk items. seems like there's many people, residents that don't understand that. So maybe that's something we should put on a website or something. It just seems like it's just getting worse every day out here. So that's one thing we should probably inform the residents. Saturday, we have the grand opening, ribbon cutting for Tractor Supply in Stone Ridge. I think it's going to be very successful. People on the east end of town are definitely going to be shopping there because they don't want to travel all the way across to Lowe's or Home Depot. So come on out and support that business. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Marquez. We have Councilmember Cabrera. I still don't remember it in order. Okay, there we go.
Thank you very much, Mayor, and good evening, everyone. A very short meeting today, but as always, we're moving forward, getting things done. And so I just want to start off with, I actually want to talk about our police officers and police department. And one of the speakers, actually, Tom Gerald, you mentioned the shooting that happened in Compton. I'm actually from Compton, and so I was very disappointed to see that happened, especially just kind of learning about the initial details of the incident. One of the officers was 24 years old. That's just 1 year younger than me. So it's really unfortunate to see these kinds of incidents, where evil people are doing evil things to good people. And so I hope that justice is served in that situation, and that our folks in uniform just are safe out there. That they're protected, and that they continue watching each other's backs. And just know that we appreciate every single one of you for the sacrifice that you make every single day, and the sacrifice you make for your families and your children as well. So that goes unsaid, but we appreciate everything that you do for us, and also our firefighters. I was not aware at first, but I believe our fire chief, Ahmad, and a lot of our folks from this area are actually fighting fires up and down the state. So I just, if you're listening to this, please just stay safe as well. Know that we have your back. We're praying for you. We're always keeping you guys in mind. We love you guys, and just know that we're here. If you need something, if there's something that you need, you know that we, this council and the entire team at Moreno Valley City Hall, we have a good relationship. So I hope that if there's anything you need, you feel welcome to reach out to us. Moving on to a couple of just quick updates. The census, it's coming to a conclusion very soon here. So we have about 2 weeks left, and I just want to remind everyone, especially my colleagues, for your respective districts, to just remind folks, if you can, your constituents and maybe your local businesses, to just do that last push, just have that last burst of reminding folks that the census is almost done. Moreno Valley has surpassed our response rate from 2010, which is good, but we need to try to get that number as high as we can for these last 2 weeks so that we can keep getting funding, right? All these grants, all the funding for infrastructure, to continue all the things that we're doing. So just a quick reminder there, and if the Mayor Pro Tem, and my colleagues, council members could help me out with that, I really appreciate that. The amphitheater is coming along. I had a chance to tour that today. It's still under construction, a couple of weeks away from completion, but it's coming along nicely. So looking forward to that. The demonstration garden, it's not under construction yet, but it is moving through the process. So hopefully, that'll be done over the next couple of months. And then just a reminder that the new library is open over off of Paris Boulevard, just south of Iris, next to Jitters Coffee. And it is open to limited capacity, but from what I hear, people are going to the library, although it's in small numbers. Hopefully, once the pandemic is a thing of the past, that'll be full, and we'll have a lot of people going there. So just wrapping it up here, we had a study session last Tuesday. Again, thank you to the mayor for putting that study session on the calendar. Thank you to the staff, and thank you to my colleagues for just having that conversation, for giving your input, and just being able to see things from a different perspective helps a lot to try to address, I think, the same thing that all of us are trying to do is create a better quality of life, increase wages here in the city. And so it's good to hear different opinions and different potential solutions of how we get there. So just think it was a very productive conversation overall, and trying to incorporate new technologies, electric vehicles, coding, working on creating the future grid, for self-driving cars, the quadcopters for Amazon and all the shipping that's going to come in the future, renewable energy, solar panels, additive manufacturing, et cetera, et cetera. So just in conclusion, I think Riverside County, we're moving in the right direction as far as COVID and our numbers, but we still have a lot of work to do. So, everyone just continue to stay safe, on top of wearing your masks and social distancing and limiting those gatherings with your family, also taking care of your health physically, right? Your body, your immune system, making sure you're eating healthy foods and staying active. If you can, go for walks or go for a hike or just staying active. So with that, just want to, wish everyone a good evening, and I hope to see you all at the next meeting. Thank you.
We have Mayor Pro Tem Baca. Oh, sorry, no, we have, Mayor Pro Tem Baca, yes.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to remind everyone to please stay safe and healthy. Of course, because of COVID, because of the air quality, because of all the fires that are taking place around us and all the ashes and particulates that are in the air. Wear your mask, please. Stay safe. Don't breathe that stuff in. And if you don't have to go out, please don't. But if you do, especially elderly people, people with their immune systems that are weak or deficient, stay home, please. It's not a time. And if you don't have to go, don't go out. Send somebody for you or have it delivered to your house. It's very, very dangerous, and it's very important that you stay safe because there's a lot of good things happening in life. So please do that. Do that for your family, and reach out to us if you need to. And I just want to say thank you to our police and fire for all the help that you're providing to the citizens of Moreno Valley, all the calls that you come to. I know that there's been a lot of dangerous situations and that there's a lot of things that are under investigation that we can't talk about. And they only had 5 of them, and I was lucky to get 1. But it's a great store. Go in there. There's a variety of things. I think you'll be very surprised that there's no tractors in there, but there are a lot of things for your household, for your pets. So have fun. And I just want to say thank you to Tractor Company for making Moreno Valley their home. And remember to shop Moreno Valley. If you need any masks, we like our city manager mentioned, we have passed out a lot of masks. If you need any, we have them at our Employment Resource Center in District 1, and that's near Poly Pie. So if you need masks, please go there and pick some up. Stay safe. I want to make an announcement for our general election, which is November 3rd. Just remember that this election is going to be very different. Every registered voter will receive a ballot at their home, and Moreno Valley will have the voter assistance centers available so that you can go vote in person. You can drop off your ballot, and of course, you can go to the voter registrations office off of Day Street on Gateway Drive, and I'll be sending out information. So look for my mail, and I'll have information on the voter assistance centers. So if there's anything you need, please call City Hall. Call the city clerk's office at 413-3010, and we offer lots of assistance for the election. So please make sure that you're not left out there not knowing what to do because you don't vote by mail. You usually go to the polls and drop off those ballots in the mailbox at the voter assistance centers or the Register of Voters office on Gateway. And you don't need to put postage stamps. If you don't have, it still will be delivered. So please get out there and do your American duty of voting, because there are a lot of countries out there that don't have that right. And we have that right, so let's take care of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem Baca. And just to also add some additional information to that too, anyone can vote 30 days even before November 3rd. So, keep that in mind, to vote early, because I know that the mails might be clogged a little bit. But I just wanted to mention, I just want to thank all of the residents for persevering these last 6 months, especially through this whole COVID crisis pandemic that we've been really going through, the job losses, our business that have been suffering as well. But what I can tell you is that I know that we're very, very strong, and we're going to be even stronger than ever after this pandemic and once the vaccines come out. So please continue to persevere, continue to hang in there. You know, I'm very proud of our response, you know, from the mobile meals, where immediately, you know, we started providing care packages, and we've helped about over 7,000 packages to families. Also our mobile senior eats program, where we're helping several restaurants stay afloat, while at the same time helping our seniors have nutritious meals. So I think I'm very, very proud of how our staff, how this council has also taken the leadership to not hesitate, but to take action. And I think that's very, very important to mention. So I want to thank you all for that as well. I do want to talk a little just briefly about the police officers and the shooting that did happen in LA, because it is very sad to hear, you know, and I want to thank, you know, our officers for their hard work, you know, because I do know all of the hard work that you go through. And what I can tell you is I actually participated in a simulation training with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department about a week ago, or maybe I think it was 2 weeks ago. And it was very an eye-opening experience. Very, I mean, I knew you have already a tough job already, but just trying to understand all of the laws, trying to really assess the situation, the risk situation, and then trying to determine what type of use of force is very, very difficult to do. So I just want to thank you, you know, for all of your hard work. I know that you're putting yourself out there, not only with the whole COVID, but just risk in general. And so I want to thank you for your service, and then obviously our firefighters as well for all of their hard work as well. But this is a very difficult time that we are all going through, but I know that we're going to come out of this even stronger. With that being said, I mean, just recently, you know, we've actually established, and I just signed actually today, the CWA agreement, which is basically going to ensure that we're at least hiring 30% Moreno Valley residents in our city for projects that are over $1 million. So I think this is going to be a positive thing for our community. Like Councilmember Cabrera also mentioned, you know, the new library that we have, the amphitheater that's coming out. So there's going to be a lot of great positive things that I think are going to come out from all of this as well. The new town center that's coming as well next year as well. So keep that in mind. You know, this city is very, very strong, and we're going to continue to come out of this even stronger. So with that being said, I just want to thank you all. Many of you are in my prayers for all the hard work that you're doing, and let's continue to move stronger. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close the meeting and adjourn the meeting at 6:35 p.m.